Ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you?
It's time to flip a coin and find out.
Well, we need to know what we're calling it for here.
We're calling it to see who's got the best sports knowledge here on the Coin Flip with Martin Kelly
and Jacob Zimmerman.
Flip it again.
Ha! Head!
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
Welcome in. The Coin Flip reloaded on video. How's it going? Sunday in St. George, Utah. Lots of sports have been going on recently.
Yes, they have.
And, you know, we're not going to do an NFL segment today. That's done. But we are going to talk NBA. We just had the All-Star break. We are going to talk NASCAR. You're going to talk NASCAR and NHL.
Yeah, we could talk about the NFL for a minute. It was a decent Super Bowl.
It was. We were, well, at least I was pretty accurate with my prediction. I had predicted 21-20 Rams. Bengals covered. Sure enough, Bengals covered, but it was 23-20.
Yes, it was.
So pretty close. Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, they showed out. They did what they did.
Yeah.
And the Bengals are...
Bengals were close, man. They were so freaking close. If they score one more touchdown in that fourth quarter, they walk out as Super Bowl champions.
They'll be back.
They will be back.
But the majority of our episode today, we'll be going over the NBA.
Yeah, let's talk about the All-Star game. It was interesting, wasn't it?
So we're going to hit that NBA button.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Doncic wins the game at the buzzer! It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win it! They win it! 3 and 2. LeBron to win the game. He does! He does! The ball comes in. Kobe's got it. Above the three-point line, taking a little bit of time. One dribble, pull up. For the win, he's got it! The Lakers win!
McKee gets it in the middle for the win. It's there!
With two, Wade puts it up for the win. Yeah, baby!
Oh my, we are witnessing one of the great players to ever play in this league. And man, I hope it lasts for another 7, 8, 9 years, baby.
7, 8, 9. What else?
Yep. You were going to say that. You say that every time after the NBA segment. It's
yes,
your
I
thing.
do.
And, you know, speaking of 7, 8, 9, Martin, there was 7, 8 contestants in the three-point contest.
Yes, there were.
I kind of quickly ran through the names about a day or two before the contest went down. And something I noticed was Karl Anthony Towns had the worst odds to actually win the contest. You know, kind of makes sense going into it. He is a center, but kind of what, you know, a lot of people are starting to say is that he's the best big man shooter ever. Now, when you first say that, it kind of sounds a little weird. Karl Anthony Towns, best ever. Can those two words be even in the same sentence? Maybe when it comes to volume and three-point percentage, I think he does have an argument. And you know what, Martin? He kind of proved it. And maybe took that crown in the three-point contest the other night. Last night it was for us. Karl Anthony Towns came in with the worst odds, plus 1,200 odds.
Wow.
To win. Fred VanVleet, he was the favorite. Luke Kennard right behind him. Desmond Bain in that conversation. Patty Mills. Trae Young was all the way down at 5th. Zach LaVine at 6th and McCollum at 7th. So, you know, those odds are kind of a little interesting, but I'm guessing they're off of the three-point, you know, efficiency and volume and things like that alone in just this season. So, Martin, when it was all said and done, Karl Anthony Towns came out. I personally didn't get to see it. I was working the Dixie State game. But, Martin, Karl Anthony Towns comes away with it with the plus 1,200 odds. Insane.
Yeah, we were talking about it last time on the last podcast we did. I mentioned the names and we kind of ran through them real quick. I got a chance to watch the 3-point contest as I was working last night. My takeaways were Desmond Bain, C.J. McCollum, Zach LaVine, Fred VanVleet, and Trae Young were okay. They didn't come out guns blazing. They kind of struggled. Some of the favorites didn't really step up to the plate last night as they should have. I still believe that the 3-point contest should have a rule that it should be mandatory that all Curry brothers are in the 3-point contest because there's no
what
way.
About Dell?
You say that again?
What about Dell? Does he have to do it too?
Yeah, he has to do
or
it.
He's got to be involved in the broadcast.
He's got to be involved somehow
Okay.
because it is a crime shame that we don't have the Curry brothers or at least the Splash brothers in the 3-point contest every single year because those are the best 3-point shooters in the game. Same thing with Damian Lillard. Okay, but anyway.
Not this year.
Point is, then we got down to Luke Kennard, we got down to Patty Mills, and we got down to Karl Anthony Towns, who were the best shooters of the night. And Karl Anthony Towns, I don't know where he got this. He shot 29 in that final round. And you would think anything above 20, you're going to win. But the fact you come out guns blazing on your first final round of 29, I mean, Luke Kennard and Patty Mills both had 26 at the end of it, and that usually wins you the 3-point contest, and that did not. And you got to give credit to Karl Anthony Towns, man. Came out guns blazing. Like you said, he was the worst odd favorite last night. You would have stayed away from that bet. You would have bet on some other guys, but got to give credit when credit's due. Congrats to Karl Anthony Towns, and congrats on a 3-point contest win, man. I mean, Larry Bird won this contest back-to-back, and he was a forward, and he won the first 2 contests, so the bigs can't shoot.
You make the comparison to Larry Bird. Before the game, I mean, I was watching an interview afterward of the contest when Kat had already won, and he was talking about before the matchup, and he was telling Zach LaVine how he was going to win it, and he was going to win it. And then he told him, oh, I won it after it happened. So he kind of spoke it into existence, and he had that same Bird-esque confidence. But moving on here in the coin flip, that's the 3-point contest. Now, the skills challenge. Martin, I didn't really see this either. The skills challenge to me is irrelevant. They try to mix it up every year. To me, it kind of just looks goofy. It looks even worse when the players are obviously not trying at all and just going through the motions. I'd rather see them do anything else other than this.
Yeah, it was it was okay. The rookies were Cade Cunningham, Josh Giddey, and Scotty Barnes from the Raptors, Giddey from the Thunder, and Cunningham from the Pistons. You had the Greek Freak brothers. You had all the Antetokounmpo brothers out there on the floor, even though one of them was in the G League. So apparently a G League can make an NBA All-Star game. Go figure, people. Anyway, and then you had the Cavaliers. I did not know that they allowed all 3 Cleveland Cavaliers to be in the All-Star event. Congratulations to them on that one, because
impressive.
I don't know. I mean, it was a bunch of passing. It was a bunch of passing through hoops and holes and all types of other things. It really wasn't entertaining. I mean, they had a half-court shot to determine the final winners, and it was the Cavs. And it's been the skills competition has been kind of irrelevant since the first set of it being in place. I remember that was Derrick Rose's first year in the All-Star games, and he won the skills competition back then. So, I mean, I get it, but, I mean, there's got to be a better way to do it.
So, like the skills competition, the dunk contest also really has no incentive. There's no award. There's no item that they are possessing that they have a desire to get and therefore try to win. And so the dunk contest last night, Martin, it was a wash. A lot of people are bagging on it, but it comes down to this.
It was a disaster.
If you don't have actual all-stars in the dunk contest, it's not going to be entertaining regardless of how cool it looks. I know the point you're going to make with this player you're going to give in a second. But what I'll say is, sure, some people have heard of Obi Toppin before, but nobody's really paid attention to Juan Toscano Anderson, and just as far as an average NBA fan's perspective, me and you know who these guys are, but Jalen Green, a rookie, still hasn't really caught national attention yet.
Nope.
So there's not really a guy to market going into this competition, and so you kind of actually don't really see it on social media at all. But what I do know is that if they had, a John Morant, a LeBron James, even at this age, any really young guard, any forward with hops, you plug him in there, that's an all-star, and it absolutely will come back. But, Martin, I think it's big picture. It's really hard in a dunk contest when it's been around for, 30, 40 years now to
50
start
years.
to pull off things that haven't been done before. It's just one of those things it's almost like they need to retire it for 5 years, 10 years, and then bring it back. Or Paul Pierce came out and said, I think it was Paul Pierce, get some really good dunkers on YouTube or the internet and have them battle off against some NBA guys, and then the winner wins, a sports car or something, or some amount of money or whatever that's going to want these guys to actually try, and it's going to get more people involved and want to watch it.
So what I've understood about the dunk contest over the last 20 years, and to touch on last night's dunk contest, I thought it was a disaster. I really think there's no other word to describe it besides a disaster. Let's start with Jalen Green for the fact that it took him 7 tries on his first dunk. All right, he was trying to go from baseline and then wanted to do an underhand and wanted to slam it in, and they were trying to bounce it off the backcourt on the corner of it, and it didn't work. And then they kept trying and kept trying. I don't know if that was his brother or his teammate or a cousin or a friend or something like that. I don't know who it was trying to help him with that one. That was a disaster to begin with. Cole Anthony dunking in Timberlands, having his dad hold the basketball. That was all right. Obi Toppin jumping over somebody, that was okay. Juan Toscano Anderson, his dunk, the same thing, jumping over someone was okay.
I liked the dunk that Toppin had. He went between the legs,
yes,
and put it off the backboard and still palmed it off the backboard and then in. I think that was the most impressive dunk of the night.
That was the most impressive one. I still liked his first dunk when he was trying to go behind the bag with the pass and went slamming in with he went from the left hand to the right hand with a backward pass behind him and slammed it in. I thought that's the one he jumped over someone. I thought that was the best dunk. But here's the thing, of an overall view of the dunk contest, we're talking about the future of it. What the dunk contest try to do is since they can't get any more big time superstars anymore, what they try to do is they find those underrated superstars and blossom them into a superstar, like what they did with Vince Carter when he did his dunk contest, or when Blake Griffin did his dunk contest, or when Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine did their dunk contest. Only problem is they lived up to the hype. They lived up to the expectations. They lived up to what they were going to be, and they also had credibility behind them before then. Most of these dunkers in the last 20 years, Jacob, how many of them have had somewhat of a decent career in the NBA?
Yeah, not too many. Not that I can think of at the top of my head.
I mean, seriously, when Dwight Howard did it, there was some excitement behind it. When Nate Robinson did it, there was some excitement behind it. Even when J.R. Smith did it one damn year, he had more excitement with that one as well. I mean, Donovan Mitchell had some fun when he did his dunk contest as well. I mean, the fact that 3 dunkers get 7 tries to make a dunk. What are we doing here? Why
7 tries?
7 tries. I mean,
should be 1. You get 1 try.
I understood that they wanted these kids to come out and do freestyle dunks, but can you have a prepared actual dunks before you come into the All-Star game? I don't want to just see freestyle dunk contests. I can go see that anywhere in the country, man.
I think the confidence of some of those guys, particularly Jalen Green, he probably didn't practice. He probably just had the confidence, I can do it already. I know I can do it. And so just shows up and tries to do it on the spot. Who knows if he's stretched or not?
I mean, the thing is, they don't have any players. I mean, Obi Toppin can be something, but he's a decent rebounder and more of a dunker than anything in the NBA. He can't really shoot. He can't really pass. He can't really play defense. Anderson, he can shoot some threes. He's okay. Jalen Green has been seen as somewhat of a bust in Houston. He hasn't really taken the next step. And Cole Anthony's got some talent, but I mean, he's playing in Orlando with Jalen Suggs, who we all know Jalen Suggs is the better player. Even with Jalen Suggs not even finishing his rookie year, we already know he's the better player.
So, is the conversation now? What do they do with the dunk contest? Do they get rid of it?
No, you just
mix it up.
No, you just tell the NBA owners and you tell LeBron James to get on the phone and tell all these young NBA all-star superstar players, get in the dunk contest. This is the opportunity to build a brand. This is why Vince Carter is famous. If it wasn't for that dunk contest, would any of us know Vince Carter that well?
We would.
But the dunk contest held because he was doing all the dunking in the games. Please let me get Zion Williamson. Please let me get John Moran. Please, for the love of God. I would have loved to have had Russell Westbrook during the early 2000s in the dunk contest. You know how exciting that would have been? You know how much fun it would have been if Derrick Rose would have been in the dunk contest at least 1 year?
Those boys can get up.
Seriously, listen, I'm not trying to put all of it on LeBron James, but LeBron James was the start of, I don't want to be the top NBA star in a dunk contest. I don't need that for my credibility or my brand. But damn it, in this day and age, we're starving for some superstars. We're starving for a reason to watch the dunk contest. I want to watch the All-Star Weekend, and I want to have some fun. I want to have competition. I don't want to just see everybody walk through it. Give me some competition.
I think there's plenty of stars. They're just not interested. For one way or another, or they're motivated not to.
Give the winner $1 million for all I give a damn. Please put some superstars out there.
They can
just give me something. I'm desperately dying for some fun, dude. The last fun dunk contest was the Levine Gordon part 1. Part 2 was all right. Part 1, dude, I've never seen anybody jump over a dude on a hovercraft. I've never seen that.
That's the NBA. Coin flip. Podcast on video. Martin, we're going to do some other sports?
Yeah. So let's talk about some...
Press the button.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. My bad.
Years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500.
And the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Jackson, and he scores.
There's the pass to Leitner. Puts it up.
Yes! With Canerco up, and he rips one in the left. Canerco, grand slam.
Oh, yeah. Other sports here on the Coin Flip Podcast. It's been a while since I've been in charge of a segment. Just a little bit. But, Jacob, we got NASCAR on today here. And actually, in a few minutes, they're about to go green flag at the Daytona 500. I know you're not a NASCAR fan. I am a gigantic NASCAR fan. I've been to a Daytona 500, been to a Daytona 500 weekend. And it's an amazing experience, dude. I've never experienced something like that in my life. It was fun back then. It's still fun now. Watched the Saturday race yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Austin Hill, who was a rookie in the field, qualified in the top 10, won in his very first race in the series.
Wow.
Yeah, he took the checker flag at the end of it. It was a fun race. There was a scary wreck at the end. One dude literally flipped over. And, Jacob, if you ever seen a really bad wreck where parts inside the engine compartment are missing, can you imagine what it must feel like to drive a race car at the end of it and you look up and your entire engine compartment is gone? Literally, it's
Didn't
gone.
Have the storybook ending of Lightning McQueen.
No, it had Maya Snyder took a very bad flip and crashed into the catch fence, and literally his entire engine and everything that goes with it is gone from the car. It's somewhere else on the racetrack, and they literally had to go look for it. He ripped a hole into the catch fence, so they had to fix that this morning before the Daytona 500. So that's gonna go down today.
My goodness!
I'm telling you, dude, if you wanna get into NASCAR, and only watch one race, the Daytona 500 is that race. It is that epic, okay?
Wait, is it on ESPN?
It'll be on Fox. So it'll be on regular TV, okay? Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman from Hendrick Motorsports are on the front row. Kyle Larson is the defending champ. Alex Bowman won 4 races last year. Roush, Fenway, Keselowski Racing. They got the second row to themselves. Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher in their Ford cars. That's going to be a fun one here. So, as we're recording this, in about 10, 15 minutes, the race is going to go down. So, I'm going to go home and watch that.
What's your prediction?
My prediction, this is going to be a tough one.
Give me your top 3.
Ooh, top 3. I'm going to say top 3, as much as I hate him, I'm going to say Joey Logano. I'm going to say Alex Bowman, and I'm going to say Chase Elliott are my top 3.
All right, Elliott, Bowman, and Logano.
Logano winning it.
Okay. Write those down, folks.
Even though I hate Logano. So, yeah, start will be here in a few minutes right here. Also, NHL, they had their All-Star break.
They got 2 games going on right now as we speak. Martin, the Hurricanes and the Penguins.
Ooh, that's going to be a fun one.
And the Islanders.
Yep. So the Hurricane and the Penguins. Hurricanes are a really good team. Jacob, you should be cheering for your Carolina Hurricanes.
I should.
You should get into a little bit.
Or should I be a Vegas Knights fan? Since
no,
they're
you want to be
half an hour away.
You want to be both of the fans. You want to represent your state, and you want to represent the people that we get paid that represent that team as well.
Yes.
So we want to make the corporation happy, and we want to make it fun. We want to make family happy as well back at home. So everybody go
both families.
Exactly. So I do the same thing as well. It's gonna be fun. It's going to be fun in the NHL. Carolina Hurricanes are really good. The Pittsburgh Penguins have been good this year as well. Sidney Crosby scored his 500th goal the other week.
But it's been the Panthers at the top of the Eastern Conference.
Yes, the Panthers have been fun this year. I mean, they finally got Bobrovsky to actually play like a legit goaltender who's getting paid $10 million a year to play goaltender. So you better be a good goaltender if you're getting $10 million a year, which, Jacob, you may think to yourself, $10 million in the NHL, versus some other sports would be nothing, kind of like, pennies almost, like considering NBA players get like $36, $38 million a year. But if you're a $10 million goaltender for 7 years, getting $70 million, 10 years, $10 million a year is top level money. For
a hockey market, that is impressive. The Vegas Golden Knights right now in the West are above average, 28-18. That's their record.
They've been hurt all year. They get Jack Eichel back. I don't know what this is going to do to them, but if you ask me, Jacob, this has to be the year you win it. If you don't win it this year, I'd say in the next 3 years, they will be a completely and utterly different team on the ice.
Because they went all in?
They went all in, and if it does not pay off, I expect in the next 3 to 4 years, all the players they have paid to be on other teams within the next 3 to 4 years.
Well, they don't have too much time left. They are sitting in 6th place,
which is not good.
With tied with Nashville in points at 60, so they'll need to turn it around fast.
Yep.
Martin, who do you think will, if you had to say now?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay is your favorite?
Tampa Bay is the three-peat. They're going to three-peat in the NHL because they're just so good. I don't think Florida does it this year. I don't think Carolina has enough offense to keep up with them. If what I think is going to happen again, which is Kucherov is hurt currently for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and Kucherov sat out all year last year and only played in the playoffs and helped them win the Stanley Cup. All the points, all the information that I've gotten is that that's going to happen again. He's going to sit out all year and play in the playoffs, and they're going to kill everybody, which I expect them to do.
If you're looking to hear Dixie State sports from us, we're going to cover that on the Jacob Zimmerman Show. That'll be tomorrow, every Monday, 7 to 8. This is the Coin Flip Podcast on video, reloaded. For Martin Kelly, Jacob Zimmerman. Martin, any final words?
Have a good one. Peace.
Stay sporty.